Welcome in to Game 2 of our doubleheader coverage here on this Friday night. Week 4 in the FGCL has seen some developments, and earlier today it looked for a second like the Slice might be able to make a comeback on the first place River Mocs. Instead, the Mocs won number 11 in a row and advanced to 15-1, I should say, on the summer. The Slice dropped to 8-8, and now here we are in the 7 o'clock window getting ready for the Lynx and the Pioneers. Hello, everybody. I'm Gray Robertson along with Javier Nunez and the rest of the Stream Live Tampa crew. Excited to bring you the second game of our coverage here on this Friday. The Lynx enter at 6-9. Got a win against the Impact yesterday. They're 4th in the league, and they're facing the Pioneers, 6th in the league. These two teams have already met twice. Both are pretty tight games. Both won by the Lynx, 1-4-3 earlier in the year, won a 5-2 decision in Week 3. Another game going on here in the 7 o'clock hour that we will update you on frequently is the Squeeze and Fast Pitch U. And right now they've already begun. They're in the bottom of the first. Over on field 2, scoreless, FPU and the Squeeze. So we'll be checking Game Changer often to see what's going on there. Here we've got a matchup between two teams who have seen each other often and who have seen some roster changes over the summer. Pioneers have adjusted their lineup, adjusted their defense plenty of times. The Lynx added some players, including the pitcher. Starting in the circle for them, that's Mary Beth Feldman. But before I tell you about her, here is the lineup for the Pioneers. Leading off is Paris Woods out of Syracuse. Second in the lineup is Kara Saylor. Batting third, Megan Piero. Cleaning up Mackenzie Ball. Batting fifth, Neely Peterson. Grace Prom in the 6th spot. Taylor Gilmore batting 7th. In the 8-hole, Jordan Petty. Kayla Poston batting 9th. And turning it over in the 10 spot, Cameo Prasuti. They will face in the circle the right-handed freshman out of Utah, Mary Beth Feldman. On the summer, she's gone 13 innings. She's 0-1, and she's got an ERA of 2.69. 9 hits allowed, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts for the player from Lithia, Florida, out of Newsom High School. Tail of the tape, she's got good pace, drop, change, works down in the zone, had a heck of an outing against the Squeeze earlier this week. That was a game where Feldman took a shutout and I believe a no-hitter into the 7th against the Squeeze, but then fell 3-2 in extras. But she has shown that when she's on, she is very difficult to hit, even for one of the best offensive teams in the league like the Squeeze. The Pioneers come in with the worst batting average in the league, but they've got some big wins this summer. Try and get one more against the Lynx. Paris Woods opens it up with a foul ball. Woods, the junior out of Syracuse from Boulder, Colorado, Florida Southwestern State transfer. NJCAA All-American for Florida Southwestern State. And so far on the summer, Woods is hitting .368, 7-19, 4 RBI, couple doubles, 3 walks drawn. She scored 5 runs. Earlier this week, played in the dramatic win over Fast Pitch U, and she was 2 of 4 with a 3 RBI double, part of that big 7th inning that helped the Pioneers get the 5-4 win. In there for a called strike 3. Woods didn't love it, and she heads back to the dugout, 1 down. Defense for the Lynx. Outfield of Jones, Likens, Evans from left to right. Gabby Ruiz over at third. Flaherty at short, one of the best defensive players in this league. Michaela Frazier at second. Jalen Ford at first. And behind the dish, Haley Lee from Texas A&M. Here's Kara Saylor batting second. Change low for ball 1. Saylor, the sophomore from Stetson, out of Bradenton. 154 average this summer. RBI, double, walking 9 strikeouts, 4 of 26. 1 of 3 here in week 4. Pioneers 1-1 this week. The 5-4 win over Fast Pitch U, and then Tuesday it was an 8-2 defeat to the River Mocs. Lynx 1-2. Lost to the Slice, lost to the Squeeze, win over the Impact last night. In there for strike 1. Pioneers yet to try and attack that pitch on the outer edge. Feldman's done it to a righty right now and already done it to a lefty. Full count to Saylor.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
And I beg your pardon, in my haste to get the lineups down, neglected to recognize that head coach for the Lynx, Lindsay Fico, had utilized the DP flex option. Abigail Morgan's the DP, and Mary Beth Feldman is the flex. As Ford makes a nice catch up against the fencing for out number 2. So Abigail Morgan, your starting pitcher. Beg your pardon on that. We'll probably see Feldman in relief at some point, I'd have to imagine. Morgan with a 3.50 ERA. 22 hits, 11 runs, 7 earned, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts. And working quickly here in the top of the first with 2 gone. Ball 1 to Megan Piero. Sophomore from South Florida out of Lutz, Florida. 297 average this summer with 7 RBI, 4 homers, 3 doubles. And that one hit well out to right on the run, and making the catch is Evans to shut it down. 1-2-3 inning for Abigail Morgan, the starting pitcher for the Lynx. Again, I apologize on that one. That one's on me, folks, but either way, Morgan gets out of it quickly and retires the side. Lynx offense will come to the plate. And they will be facing, as Erica Beach also utilizes the flex, DP, yada yada, they'll face Taylor Gilmore. Taylor Gilmore, the righty, redshirt sophomore out of Colorado State from Broomfield, Colorado. Arizona transfer. So far in the circle in the season, a 3.64 ERA. She's gone 25 innings, 25 hits, 23 runs, 13 of those earned, 14 walks, 35 Ks, 2-3 record for Gilmore, who's got a change that is absolutely deadly. Probably one of the top 5 pitches here in the league. I've said it every time we've done a Pioneers game. She mixes it in with a drop ball, curve ball, has a rise. That's a chase pitch. Very wild. Sometimes gets away from her. But she's in the circle for the Pioneers, and here's the lineup she'll face. Leading off, Devin Flaherty. In the 2 spot, Michaela Frazier. Gabby Ruiz will bat 3rd. Haley Lee will bat 4th. Abigail Morgan in the 5 spot. Ashley Likens in the 6 hole. Jalen Ford bats 7th. Kaylee Evans bats 8th. And Sajari Jones in the 9 spot. Starting off with Devin Flaherty.
Hey, working ahead here, working ahead. Here we go.
Out of Florida State. First pitch from Gilmore. In there for strike 1. Flaherty, the freshman for the Noles last year from Sarasota. On the season, hitting .429 with a .481 OBP. She's driven in 10 runs, hit 3 homers, triple, 4 doubles. Way out in front of the change right there, 0-2. In the series, Flaherty is 2 for 7 with an RBI and a couple runs scored. Last 5 games, hitting .471. Chase in the dirt, 1-2. Give you the defense for the Pioneers in just a moment. 1-2 to Flaherty. Sees the change low, 2-2. Defense for the Pioneers. Prom over at third, Poston at short, Piero at second, Petty at first. So again, the infield of P's, at least until you get to the catching position, which is Mackenzie Ball today. Outfield, Pursuti, Woods, Saylor left to right. Full count to Flaherty. Payoff from Gilmore. Called strike 3. My goodness. Flaherty was leaning all over the place, but didn't offer at it. It looked to be, frankly, a little low, maybe even a little outside, but Gilmore gets the call. 1 down here in the bottom of the first.
Hey, Grace, watch hands. Watch hands. Here we go. Corners, watch it.
Michaela Frazier will step in now. First pitch from Gilmore. Called strike. Frazier, incoming freshman, going to play to Elon out of Miami, Florida. Hitting .388 this summer. 15 RBI, 3 homers, triple, 4 doubles. In the series, Frazier has been one of the 2 really hot bats for the Lynx. 5 of 7 against the Pioneers with a couple doubles and an RBI. Found back, 1-2. This week, though, Frazier just 2 of 11, 182 average. And a bit of a tough week for the incoming freshman. That won't help. 2 strikeouts for Gilmore here in the bottom of the first, 2 down. Gabby Ruiz sees the first pitch ball. Ruiz out of Liberty. Freshman for the Flames last year out of Miami. Hitting .234 this summer. 8 RBI, a triple, couple doubles. OBP of .294. Another player hitting under 200 here in week 4, 182 average, also 2 of 11. Off the glove of Gilmore, this will be tough. Post and throw to first is not in time. Infield single for Ruiz after it ricocheted off the glove of Gilmore, and that's a base runner with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. See how it's officially scored. I would have called it a base hit. But last night I was accused of being quote-unquote nice, so we'll see. Haley Lee out of Texas A&M. Strike 1 to the Aggie. Lee, a sophomore for Joe Evans out in College Station out of Kingwood, Texas. .389 average this summer with 14 RBI, 3 home runs. Carrying a good weekend, hitting .400 in week 4. And the other really hot bat for the Lynx in this series, 5 of 6 against the Pioneers with 4 RBI and a home run. That home run came in the previous meeting, that 5-2 win for Bradenton. Bottom of the first, scoreless game. Ruiz over at first base. Knees buckled on the change. Gilmore going to it early and often. 1-2. 1-2 from Taylor Gilmore. Over to Poston at short. Throw to first is a little high, but Petty reached up and got it to retire the side. 1 left on base, but still scoreless. Through 1, headed to the second. Lynx and Pioneers looking to see who will get on the board first. Heading to the top of the second, scoreless game, Pioneers Lynx. 4-5-6 due up for the Pioneers. 6th in the standings at 5-11. Lynx at 6-9 on the summer. They're 4th, half game ahead of the Impact. And it's a very important game, playoff-wise. First pitch to Mackenzie Ball from Abigail Morgan's a ball. Abigail Morgan has a scouting report as well. Low to mid 60s, movement, can mix speeds. Curve, rise, chase drop, change up. We've seen the change up a couple times to open things against the Nears. 2-0. In there for strike 1. Kinsey Ball at the plate. Junior from Southern Utah hits it out to center, and Likens makes the catch. 1 down. Neely Peterson will step in. Freshman last year for Colorado State, going to play at Santa Fe. Wesley Chapel, Florida native. And they're called strike. Peterson hitting .281, 9 of 32 on the summer. 6 RBI, 2 homers, double, 6 Ks, 3 runs scored. 0 for 6 in this series. Waits on the change. Likens getting some work done. Here in the top of the second, 2 down. Over on the other field, they're in the top of the second. Fast pitch you leading the squeeze 2-1. But the squeeze at the plate with the bases loaded in the top of the second, and Stormy Kotzelnick batting. So we'll see what happens there. Here's Grace Prom. First pitch. Outside for ball 1. Prom also from Santa Fe, freshman last year for Lindsay Fico, the head coach of the Lynx out of Lake Mary, Florida. Over to second, Frazier sidesteps, throw to first in time. And as quickly as it came, the top of the second goes away. Still scoreless, headed to the bottom half. Lynx and Pioneers battling it out here at Field 1. Well, folks, we would love to hear from you on all of the various platforms upon which you can comment. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. All that good stuff. Comment, let us know where you're listening, where you're watching, what you're doing, who you're cheering for. So far, the River Mocs have been the most vocal fan base in the FGCL. I'd love to see somebody give them a run for their money. You can tweet at StreamLiveTampa, comment on the Facebook, comment on YouTube. You'll probably see that afterwards, though. Or you can tweet me at Gray, GRAY_Robertson. I know Nathan Ball is watching from home, drinking a big iced tea is what he said. Sounds like fun. Here we are watching some good softball. Starting off with 5, 6, 7 here in the bottom of the second. Scoreless game. Morgan Likens Ford due up for the Lynx against Taylor Gilmore. It's already got a couple strikeouts tonight. Strike 1 to Abigail Morgan. Morgan pitching out of Monticello, Florida, sophomore last year for FAU. Hitting .059 in the FGCL. Tough play for Poston, long throw, but she gets it there in plenty of time. 1 down.
Hey, watch your side, Grace. Watch your side. Here we go.
Now Ashley Likens, incoming freshman, going to play at Furman out of Naples.
Don't be surprised.
0.70 batting average, 3 of 43. But she does have a double and a couple RBI. Takes strike 1 in the series. Likens 0 for 6. This is the part of the Lynx order head coach Lindsay Fico really wants to get some kind of production from. Just a base hit, get on base at some point in the game. Because the top half of this Lynx order has got some boppers, really high percentages. Bottom half has gone quiet at times this summer. 0-2 to Likens. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Taylor Gilmore. 2 down here in the bottom of the second.
Great job, Tay. Hey, we got 2. Please, that one.
Now,
Here we go, Tay.
Jalen Ford. Another incoming freshman. Another player
Right here, Tay.
either playing at or going to Florida Atlantic.
Good pitch.
Way out in
good
front
pitch.
of that one, 0-1.
Way to get ahead.
Ford from Palm Harbor, Florida, hitting 208 this summer with 2 RBI, but the OBP is at 500 because she has drawn 3 walks and been hit by a pitch 11 times.
Here we go.
0-1 from Gilmore. Over to Piero. And we are moving right along. 3 up, 3 down. We're through 2. Still scoreless. Pioneers and Lynx. Well, who will blink first as we head to the top of the 3rd? Scoreless game, Pioneers and Lynx due up for the Pioneers, 7-8-9. Gilmore, Petty, and Poston against Abigail Morgan, who so far is looking pretty good. Started the game with a strikeout looking, has motored right along since then. 3rd inning, not been kind to the Pioneers this summer. Outscored by opponents 14-3. They've been outscored overall 83-48 this season. But still 5-11. Here's Taylor Gilmore. In there for a called strike. To tonight's pitcher for the Pioneers out of Broomfield, Colorado. Hitting .265 this summer with 4 RBI and 3 homers. 9 of 34. On the series, Gilmore, 1 for 4, RBI home run. That homer came in the, I believe, first meeting between these squads. 4-3 win for the Lynx. Strike 2. Over on the other field, still top of the 2nd, now 3-2. Squeeze over fast pitch U. Gilmore. Over to Ford. 1 down. Now head to the bottom of the 2nd over on field 2. 3-2 squeeze over fast pitch U. 2nd place versus 7th place. Fast pitch U beat 3rd last night. See what they can do this evening. Here is Jordan Petty, or Hulk, as Erica Beach calls her. Sophomore out of Barry from Palmetto, Florida. Strike 1. Petty this summer, a .207 average, 6 of 29, 3 RBI. Double, a couple walks. 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts against the Lynx. Change misses high, 1-1. Morgan really doing a nice job hammering the zone, getting ahead. Pioneers have been take early, see if they make an adjustment second time through, start swinging earlier in the count. 1-2 to Petty. Floats in, 2-2. One out, nobody on. Top of the third, scoreless game. 2-2. Full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
And that's a walk. Petty fights back, and she's aboard. First base runner of the day for the Pioneers. With 1 out here in the top of the third. Sure to make the head coach Erica Beach happy over in the third base coaching box. Former All-American for Arizona State. Played for the Sun Devils from 99 to 02. Head coach at New Mexico from 11 to 17 after being an assistant at Ohio State from 06 to 10. Top 5 in Arizona State history and wins in the circle. As Caleb Poston takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Poston, another Barry kid, freshman last year, out of Cherry Hills, New Jersey. 250 average this summer with 4 runs batted in and a triple, 3 doubles. Quickly ahead 2-0. In the series, she's 1 for 5 with a walk, 2 strikeouts, and a run scored.
No strikes.
2-0 to Poston. Over to third, Ruiz gets the lead runner. Frazier on the turn, got her, double play. Concludes the top of the third. From Ruiz to Frazier to Ford, and that shuts things down. We head to the bottom half of the third, still scoreless. See which team can get on the board first. Lynx will have their chance as we head to the bottom of the third.
Warm it up. Let's go. Okay. Never mind.
To the bottom half of the third we go. Both pitchers
All right, ladies.
performing well so far. For the Lynx, it's 8, 9, 10 due up against the Pioneers, Hurler, Taylor, Gilmore. Still scoreless in this game. Kaylee Evans, I should correct myself, not 8, 9, 10, because Lynx has Mary Beth Feldman in the flex, so it'll be 8, 9, 1. Lynx not deciding to go with the 10th spot in the batting order. Swing and a miss from Kaylee Evans, incoming freshman going to play at USC Upstate. 0.87 average this summer, 2 of 23 with an RBI. In the series, Evans 1 of 5 with a walk. One of 10 here in week 4. Pitch from Gilmore. Straight up the chute. Petty will run over and make the catch for out number 1. Nine-hole hitter, Sajari Jones will step in now. Redshirt freshman last year for Pensacola State out of Cape Coral, Florida. facing Gilmore for the first time here in the bottom of the third.
Right here, Tay. Here we go.
Strike one to Jones, hitting 143,
Way to work ahead. Good job, sis.
226 OBP. On the week, 0 for 8. In the series, though, 2 for 4.
Good.
Quickly, though, behind 0 and 2.
That's a great job. Ready for the slow. Jordan, me and you.
2 strikes.
Jones steps back in. Base is clear, 1 down. 0-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 from Gilmore. 2 down, and that's number 39 this summer for Taylor Gilmore.
Keep working. Good, baby.
Should put her around the top 5 in the league. But back to the top of the order in Devin Flaherty.
Go with 2. Hey, keep working, Tay. Keep working. Here we go.
Flaherty struck out looking in the first.
Ball.
Outside for ball 1.
Hey, you're good, Sid. You're good. You're good.
Flaherty this week, seeing a bit of a return to form, 6 of 10 entering the night in week 4.
Great hit. Way to come back. Way to come back. That's a great job, Sid. Hey, you're working hard here. Nobody better.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Trying to get something going for the Lynx here in the bottom of the third. Really solid pitcher's duel right now. 1-1 to Flaherty. Just missed outside, 2 and 1.
You're good. Hey, we got 2. Hey, you're good. Here we go.
That one way too far inside, 3 and 1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Hey, you're good. You're good. Hey, next pitch here. Next pitch.
Flaherty, really impressive player for Lonnie Alameda out of Florida State. I believe it's also Florida State assistant Travis Wilson's birthday today, so happy birthday to Coach Wilson. See if Devin Flaherty can create some fireworks in this game. For now, it's just a 2-out walk here in the bottom of the third.
We got 2. Hey, Kayla, you got me on the steal.
But perhaps something brewing here for Michaela Frazier.
Hey, nobody better, Tay.
Frazier, one of the strikeout victims from Gilmore.
Inside the dugout, please.
Hey, we're working ahead here.
Frazier struck out back in that first inning when Gilmore got off to such a good start. Second time seeing Gilmore, though, and way out in front of the change, 0 and 1.
I see you, Sid. Good job. Good job. Hey, we got 2 middles if it takes you. Right here, Tay.
Frazier right now, you can just tell not seeing Gilmore that great.
Here we go.
It's not
Hey, we got
the best
2.
swing in the world I've ever seen. See if she can adjust. Down 0-2.
Great pitch. That's a great
Gets on it. Remains no balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the third. Devin Flaherty over at first, 2 down. Scoreless game, Lynx and Pioneers. We have the makings of a pitcher's duel here in the early going.
Kayla, you got me.
Another 0-2
1-1-1.
to Prom. That one gets away. Skirted under the glove of Petty. Here comes Flaherty. The throw home will not be in time. And the defensive miscue allows the Lynx to get on the board. The Pioneers entered with the lowest fielding percentage in the FGCL in the E5 on Grace Prom.
Keep working hard, Tay. Keep working hard. Here we go.
Gives the Lynx a run here in the bottom of the third. Frazier stands at second, still 2 outs, but here's Gabby Ruiz. Flaherty way too fast. She was going to be safe with ease, rounding third. Ruiz, the lone base hit of the game so far. She singled in the first.
Hey, Grace, you got me. Hey, right here, Tay.
Frazier over at second, still 2 out. In there for strike 1.
Hey, keep working, Tay. Just like that, babe. Just like that.
For Prom, that is her 3rd error of the summer. Really costly in a game. It looks like it's going to be tight, close, and low scoring.
Right here, Tay. Nobody better, babe.
1-2 to Ruiz. Chased the pitch way low and somehow got bat on it. 1-2.
Keep working, Tay. Keep working.
Lights are on here at Lakewood Ranch High School.
Jordan, me and you.
In there for a called strike 3. K number 5 for Gilmore, second backwards. And we're through 3. A defensive miscue, though, puts the Lynx on the board. It's 1-0. Pioneers will look for their bats to get going as we head to the top of the 4th. Well, moving right along as we head to the top of the 4th. 10-1-2 due up for the Pioneers. Lynx with a 1-0 lead after the error in the bottom of the 3rd allowed Devin Flaherty to come around and score. And now the Pioneers looking to get to Abigail Morgan, who so far has been really strong. 1 base runner allowed thus far. That was a walk in the 3rd, but the walk was erased on a double play. So we'll see if the Pioneers can make adjustments against Morgan, starting off with Cameo Prasuti. Incoming freshman going to play at Florida Atlantic out of Fort Pierce, Florida. First pitch from Abigail Morgan is bunted foul. Prasuti on the summer, 7-36 for a 194 average. She's got 1 RBI, 1 double, 5 walks. In the series, just 1 game in which she made an appearance was 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Morgan taking her time. Now time is called. Something was going on there. There's lots of laughter between teams. Pasuti pokes it foul. And called for out of the box.
Right on the plate.
I'd have to go back and look because I wasn't looking for it. If you're just tuning in, my thoughts on the out of the box rule, I think it's stupid for it to be an automatic out. I think it should just be a strike. Need to go take a look at that one. Home plate umpire said she was right on the plate, but either way, that's one down. Back to the top of the order, and Paris Woods. First pitch up the middle, that'll get through. And that breaks up the no-hitter here in the top of the fourth. As Paris Woods is aboard. Pioneers will try and pass the bat down. Kara Saylor popped out in foul territory back in the first.
Yes, she offered.
Over on the other field, bottom of the third, it is tied up at 3. Fast pitch you in the squeeze. Definitely keep our eye on that one as the night progresses. 0-1 to Saylor, popped up on the bunt. Lee makes the catch. 2 away. And that puts pressure on Megan Piero. Try and keep the top of the fourth going. Piero flew out to right in the first. Player out of South Florida. First pitch misses low. Piero 2 of 5 in the series with a double. Double might be enough to tie up this game. Instead, she gets hit. And that puts 2 on with 2 out. And a chance for Mackenzie Ball. Team leader and runs batted in at 9. She will step up with a runner in scoring position, and that runner with a couple quad issues, but still pretty speedy. So if you can get a base hit, odds are we'll see Paris Woods try and come home. But that puts the onus on Ball, who's 0 for 1 tonight. In there for strike 1. Meanwhile, on the other field, it is now 5-3 fast pitch you over the squeeze. Based on what I'm hearing in the background, some more might be added to that. 0-1 to Ball is high. Woods at second, Piero at first. 1-1 to Mackenzie. Ball is outside. 2-1. Abigail Morgan in the circle. 2-1. Hit foul. Good effort by Ford. Almost got there. 2-2. And yes, I was correct. Another home run for fast pitch U. It's now 6-3, bottom of the third, against the squeeze. So another epic game between those two seems to be brewing. Here we've got a pitcher's duel. Runs will be at a premium. Pioneers have a good chance, though, to put something on the board. Can they get the hit? Up on the hands, Lee will give chase, and just out of the glove. Almost got there. But instead, just another foul ball. Another 2-2 out of the hand of Abigail Morgan against Mackenzie Ball for the Pioneers. Here it is. Foul tipped into the glove. And that'll do it. Chance missed for the Pioneers. Still 1-0. Lynx will try and add some more as we head to the bottom of the fourth here at Lakewood Ranch. Well, folks, we're headed to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Lynx. I've had some of the coaches, some folks ask, hey, the standings are interesting, but how do we look at what the teams have done, who they've beaten, all that jazz? So last night, well, with a couple of the coaches, I formulated my own FGCL RPI. It puts more of an emphasis on who you beat instead of who you lost to. You get more credit for wins against the top teams, but I crafted it out. Top place, of course, went to the Mocs. Squeezer in second, Slice in third. It's very close to the standings except for one area. Impact was fourth, Lynx was fifth. Not by much. Not very much separation between the two. Pioneers are sixth, Fast Pitch U seventh. Now, of course, that RPI means nothing. Statistically, the standings are what matters, but it does make it interesting when you look at which teams have beaten whom, and the Lynx have had a tough time picking up wins against some of the top teams, trying to put away a team in sixth in the standings. First pitch to Haley Lee is outside for ball one. The Texas Aggie is 0 for 1 today, ground out in the first. Leading off this bottom of the fourth, 4-5-6 against Taylor Gilmore. Lee ahead now 2-0. Gilmore was change-up heavy early on in the game. Now she's relying more on movement and pace. Haven't seen her go to that pitch as many times, second time through. 2-0 to Lee. Fouled it off. Two 2-1 to Lee. Floats high. 3-1 count now. Haley Lee has seen the average go way up in the last 2 weeks. Sees a 3-1, waits on the change and fouls it off. She's now hitting 389, but there was a time where she was around 240, 230. But has been hot of late. Seen the power really come out, and when she gets into one, look out. It goes a long way and cracks a windshield somewhere. Payoff to Lee is low. That's a walk. Leadoff runner aboard here in the bottom of the fourth for the Lynx. Abigail Morgan will try and do something productive with her at-bat. She ground out in the second. First pitch. In there for a called strike. Here in the bottom of the fourth, 1-0 Lynx. That run was unearned because of a defensive error. Other than that, no team's really been able to do much on the offensive end. Even the error wasn't a particularly hard hit ball, just a throw that was a little short and took a bad hop in front of the first baseman.
Hey, that's a great pitch, Tay. Hey, great job, Six. Keep working. Keep working. Right here, Tay. Taylor, you got me.
One ball. Strike.
Morgan stands in. The 1-2 from Gilmore. In there for a called strike 3, 1 down. 6 Ks for Taylor Gilmore. 3 looking. Well, discussion in the circle. That gives us a chance to talk about the coaches for the Lynx. Over in the third base coaching box, Lindsay Fico, head coach of Santa Fe. Now here with the Lynx, and she brought her assistant, Kara Parker, to beat her assistant here in the FGCL. Parker had a really great career at App State. Fico, not so bad herself, playing for Tim Walton at Florida. Likens goes too far in the bunt. 0-1. 3 years with Karen Johns in Gainesville, and then saw the first year for Coach Walton down in the swamp, did Coach Fico, and things have gone pretty well for the Gators in that tenure. And another out of the box call. That one didn't seem as crazy blatant, but 2 down. Likens is retired. Lee forced to wait over at first still. Jalen Ford, ground out in the second. Outside for ball 1. Missed a touch inside, 2-0. Gilmore so far really working well. 2 walks surrendered, 6 strikeouts. She's given up a hit, and the 1 run was unearned. Nice shot by Ball blocking it. 3-0 though to Jalen Ford.
3 ball, no strike. Go, ladies.
Ford steps back in. 2 down. Lee over at first. Pitch off Prom's glove. Poston will eat it. I'm honestly a little torn how to score it, frankly. As it went off the glove of Prom, would have been a tough play for her. Let the official folks make that decision as Kaylee Evans steps in. Interesting to see Ford with the green light on the 3-0. Evans 0 for 1 today, 2 on, 2 out. In there for a called strike. It is a base hit for Ford. She's over at first. Haley Lee, after the leadoff walk, is at second. 0-1 to Evans. Change in there for strike 2. Just missed.
Hey, keep working. Keep working.
One ball, 2 strikes to Kaylee Evans. Held back. Thought about going. Didn't.
Hey, you're good, Kay. You're good. Hey, this pitch here. This pitch. Here we go.
Lynx trying to grow their lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Good job by Evans waiting on that one to spoil it foul. Stay alive here in this at-bat.
Keep working. Keep battling. Way to fight. Good job. Keep fighting, Kaylee. Hey, great at-bat right here, kid. Get it done. Come on, Kay. Win it. Win it right here. Win it right here.
Evans, the incoming freshman, going to play for USC Upstate. Probably means she'll enjoy a trip to Tennessee for the Knoxville Regional in the NCAA tournament, I'm sure. I feel like they're paired together every year.
Here we go, Kay. Here we go. Jordan, me and you.
For now, though, trying to help her team put up one more run with Lee at second. Over to Petty. Steps on the bag. And that'll do it here in the 4th. 2 left stranded. We're through 4, 1-0 Lynx as the pitcher's duel continues. The Pioneers try and get on the board as we head to the 5th. Well, we're through 4, headed to the top of the 5th. It's 1-0 Lynx over the Pioneers. Lynx got their 1 run on an E5. Right now, that's the difference. 1 throw that was a little bit low. And now the Pioneers will try and get the offense running together, string together some base runners, some hits, something. They'll turn to 5, 6, 7 to try and do that against Abigail Morgan, who so far has given up a single hit. She's walked 1. She has struck out 2. Easily the most impressive performance we've seen from Morgan so far this summer. Quick update from the other field. They're in the top of the 4th. 6-4 now, fast pitch U. 2 outs, and the bases are loaded. And Jamie Tino just got a strikeout of Stormy Konselnick. No small feat there. But the 2-spot hitter, Jordan Wolf, at the plate. Again, 6-4 fast pitch U, top of the 4th, bases loaded, 2 outs. So, again, we will keep an eye on that one. We could not have 2 more opposite games going at one time. As here, the pitcher's duel continues. With Neely Peterson at the plate. Over to Flaherty, just under the glove for a leadoff single. And the Pioneers have something brewing here in the top of the 5th. Peterson just getting on top of that one. Took a bit of a strange hop right under the glove of Flaherty. But again, we've seen sometimes this dirt can be unpredictable. Now can the Pioneers take advantage of their second hit of the night? Grace Prom. Good job by Lee blocking that one. Prom is 0 for 1. She's the one that had the error that allowed the Lynx to score a run. I'm sure she would love to make up for it here at the plate. 1-0 from Morgan. Prom shows bunt. Went for it. 1-1. Wind still blowing left to right. Not nearly as fierce as it was in game 1, but still in. If you were to hit it out to left in the air, though, don't think it's strong enough to stop a ball from going out of the yard like we saw earlier. Prom. Pass Frazier. That's a base hit. 2 singles to open the 5th. And the Pioneers in business. Finally starting to get to Abigail Morgan. And now a pitcher that can help her own cause. Taylor Gilmore against Abigail Morgan. Gilmore popped out in the 3rd. Pitch from Morgan. Bunt from Gilmore. Morgan will have to field her position. That's high. It gets over Frazier, and in comes Peterson. An error for an error. The E1 allows Peterson to score, and we're tied at 1. Prom takes 3rd. Gilmore sits at 1st. And the Pioneers get a break from the Lynx defense. Now they'll try and add some more with a run over at 3rd. That would give them the lead. Here's Petty. Strike 1. Petty walked in the 3rd. She was the first base runner of the night for the Pioneers. Still nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Quickly though, 0-2. Great chance here for the Pioneers to grab a lead. Top of the 5th. Petty over to Frazier. Throw to first in time to, throw to second was in time. Throw to first was not. Fielder's choice. Retires 1. And Prom just stayed over at 3rd. So she doesn't move. Runner still in the corners, but 1 out this time. Kayla Poston grounded into a double play back in the 3rd. In there for a strike. Petty goes, so now 2 in scoring position. Poston did a good job using the bunt to draw the defense in, so nobody would be paying attention to Petty as she stole a base. 0-1 now to Poston. Outside, 1-1. Glad you're joining us here on this Friday night as we come close to finishing up week 4 of FGCL softball. It's been a fascinating season. Week 4 has provided some upsets, some affirmations to what we thought about some of these teams, and some chances to turn around some opinions. Pioneers can break open the seemingly team-wide offensive slump with a big night here tonight. Get a big win over the Lynx. Try and inch up closer in the standings. 3-1 to Kayla Poston is high. That'll load up the bases. For the 10-hole hitter, Cameo Prasuti. Strategy session now between Prasuti and Erica Beach. The question might be what you're looking to do here. Where does Prasuti feel comfortable putting a slap?
All right, ladies, here we go.
Marble should try and angle a base hit if she can. Could you see her try and do something sneaky, put something down?
She thought you were yelling at us to hurry. And she was like, "Is that a good call?" All right.
Either way, great chance for the Pioneers. Bases loaded, 1 out. Top of the 5th, tied at 1. Pursuti grounded out on the scorecard because she stepped out of the box. And interestingly, she is hitting away here after the out-of-the-box call. See if she continues to do that here in this at-bat. She does and takes it low. 1-1. Pressure here for Abigail Morgan. She had been coasting until this 5th inning. Now starting to dance around the zone. Two and 1 to Pursuti. Good RBI chance. Hit well, but foul. Out of play. 2 and 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Action in the Lynx bullpen. Mary Beth Feldman is warming up, so we might actually see her. Need to see what happens here, though. Abigail Morgan can dig herself out of a jam. 2-2 to Pursuti for Morgan. High, full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Paris Woods is on deck. So if you're Morgan, you've got to get Pursuti right now. Payoff. Foul. Haley trying to get the out-of-the-box call. Talking to the ump. He didn't go for it.
2 strikes.
Another payoff upcoming to Pursuti. Bases loaded. 1 out. Top of the 5th. That is an RBI walk. Pursuti drives in a run. That is the 2nd run batted in for her this summer. And the Pioneers snag the lead. 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. And back to the top of the order with Paris Woods. Takes it high. She's 1 for 2. Struck out looking in the 1st, but a well-hit single right up the middle in the 4th. Best batting average on the team by far, and now time called. Lindsay Fika chatting with Abigail Morgan.
Okay, ladies.
Hey, nobody better, Paris, right here, huh?
2-1, coach.
Paris Woods out of Syracuse.
Hey, 1.
Transferred there from Florida Southwestern State, where she was an All-American
I never know.
in the NJCAA.
Come on, Abby.
Now here she is for the Pioneers, the leadoff hitter. Battled injuries this summer, trying to get a big-time hit in the top of the 5th. Over the right side, that'll get through. 1 run will score. Beach holds. Poston over at 3rd. And the Pioneers add another one. RBI single by Paris Woods. It's 3-1 here in the top of the 5th. Kara Saylor. A couple of pop-ups in foul territory. One was on a bunt in the 4th inning. Here she is in the 5th. Trying to add to it. 5th inning. Entering the night was already the Pioneers' highest scoring frame this summer. They've put up 3. Trying to do a little bit more damage if they can. Hi, Morgan's starting to miss the zone now. 2-1. Poston at third, Pursuti at second, Paris Woods at first. 3-1 Pioneers here in the top of the fifth, and still just one out. Full count to Sailor. You've got to think Lindsay Fico will have to make a change unless Sailor is put out right here. Base hit, walk, anything like that. Lynx will have to move to someone else in the circle. Payoff to Sailor. Foul back.
Three balls, two strikes.
3-2 from Abigail Morgan. In on the hands, popped up. Ruiz will run in and make the basket catch for a big, big second out. Megan Piero, though, has a real chance here. Team leader in home runs, second on the team at RBI. 0 for 1 day. She was hit by a pitch in the fourth, flew out in the first. Here she is with the bases loaded. Her team up 3-1. Out to left on the run and just out of play. Jones gave it a look. It was just out of reach. Oh, 1 to Piero. Too high, 1-1. Just missed. 2-1.
Two balls, one strike.
Ooh, delayed call. 2-2. I think it was the right one. Abigail Morgan trying to get out of the jam after surrendering 3 runs here in the fifth. That one off the glove of Frazier. 1 run will score. Here comes 2. And that is a 2 RBI double for Megan Piero, and the Pioneers offense has unleashed here in the top of the fifth. It's 5-1. A team averaging 3 runs per game in the Pioneers has put up 5 here in the top of the fifth. Kinsey Ball fouls off that one. 0-1. Ball 0 for 2. Struck out in the fourth, flew out in the second. I'd have to go back and look. I don't have it in front of me. I have to imagine this is either tied for or is the most runs scored by the Pioneers in a single inning this summer. Morgan ahead 0-2. And by the way, more can happen with 2 in scoring position. The 0-2. Sails high, 1 and 2. Fouled off. The Lynx bats will have to wake up the rest of the way. They're going to need a big response after this inning from the Pioneers. 1-2 to ball. Rolls in. Lee did her best as a backstop to keep it in front of her. 2-2. Piero at second after a 2 RBI double. Woods at third. Ball chase that one low, 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Ball stays alive. Nice long at bat here. This will be pitch 8 from Morgan to Mackenzie Ball. Up high, full count. By the way, on deck, Neely Peterson, who got this whole shindig started with a leadoff single here in the top of the 5th. Payoff. Fouled into the screen.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Ball gets into it. Likens on the run, diving catch to save a couple more runs. It was a big inning. It could have been bigger, but Likens flew out and made a great catch to retire the side. But an incredible top of the 5th for the Pioneers. 5 runs on 4 hits. Drawing walks, using errors at a big-time double that drove in 2 for Megan Piero to make it 5-1. Lynx now will have to answer against Taylor Gilmore. They're down 4 runs as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Well, we journey on to the bottom of the 5th. A long top of the 5th that saw the Pioneers put up 5 runs on Abigail Morgan and give Taylor Gilmore a cushion. Now we'll see if the Lynx offense can get it going. They've just got 2 hits on the night. The lone run came on an error. 9-1-2 due up. Jones, Flaherty, Frazier. If you want to get a run going, good part of the order to do so. First pitch to Sajari Jones is checked foul. Jones struck out in the 3rd, her lone plate appearance. Sun is set here at Lakewood Ranch. Lights on. Beautiful atmosphere. For some evening softball. Earlier today, the River Mocs won number 11 in a row. Over the slice 5-3. Interesting game, though, you could argue, and I maybe would. Slice had a really good chance to win and just gave too many gifts to the Mocs early in that game. Over on the other field, they're in the top of the fifth. Bass Pitch U leads the squeeze 6-4. 2 in scoring position, though, with 2 outs for the squeeze. And here, it's 5-1 Pioneers against the Lynx in the bottom of the fifth.
Keep working here.
Taylor Gilmore has had, I think, her best outing, certainly her best start for the Pioneers in the circle this summer. 2-2. Change in there for a called strike 3. As Gilmore continues to motor right along. Strikeout number 7 for her, 1 down. But back to the top of the order with Devin Flaherty. 0 for 1, struck out looking in the first, walked and scored on the error in the third. That one right back up the middle, backhanded by Piero to first by a step to get Flaherty for out number 2. Nicely done by Megan Piero. Bit of a run for her. Got out there, backhanded it. Nice throw to get the speedy Devin Flaherty. Michaela Frazier, 0 for 2. Chose bunt. Fouls it back. She struck out in the first. She reached on that error in the third.